Okay, Stacey Daniel, personal finance coach and insurance advisor, and this is the free credit webinar. And let's go ahead and get started. So the topic of this webinar is how to increase your credit score, 100 points in 45 days. All right, guys. Yes, that is not a fluke. That is the truth. How can you increase your credit score 100 points in 45 days? All right, so as you guys may know, my name is Stacey Daniel, and I am a personal finance coach and insurance advisor. And I do help ambitious women to face their money fears, build a solid financial foundation, and learn how to control how to better control the money that they make. All right, guys, I do use my 9 years of experience in finance and insurance with my major money mistakes in both my personal life and my professional life, as well as some spiritual tools and principles that I've mastered and I use on a daily basis to help me recognize my spending tendencies, my money triggers, and just pull the layer back from my money story as a whole. The better we master our emotions, the more we can manage our money. That is 100% where I believe. All right, guys, you'll find out in this webinar and as I go through my timeline and such that, I've twice had to fix my finances. And which is why when I say build a solid financial foundation, I know now that that doesn't mean to make money and increase your bank account. That means to also know yourself and know what your strengths and weaknesses are, because personal finance is personal. We can build the money up, and then if something goes wrong, we are the only ones who ended up taking it down. So we need to learn how to build a solid financial foundation that'll withstand the test of time, even withstand our ever-changing emotions. So I definitely understand the woes of being financially illiterate, shame, poor choices, and low self-esteem. I experienced them all, but I've also experienced the utter joy and peace of mind that it comes from walking away from situations that were unhealthy and not conducive to a healthy future and environment. Relationships that kept you unhappy, or leaving a job that you really didn't like, or just not knowing where your money went. I was not taught about money growing up. And for a long time, I was upset about that. But I eventually had to realize my mother taught me what she could. And, they say that you're supposed to learn personal finance at home. But if your parents don't know, then you actually start off with a handicap. So that is why it is my mission to explain and break down money concepts and wealth strategies so that not only will you understand them better, but you'll be inspired to take action. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and go over a little bit of housekeeping here. First, I want you to be sure you stay until the end of the webinar so you can find out how you can start your credit repair process at no cost. And that is the complete process that I'm going to discuss today at no cost. Second, make sure you don't have any other windows open. Anything that's running in the background can cause you to be kicked off, and we don't want that. This is some great information. I'm asking you to give me 45 minutes to an hour of your time. Give me your undivided attention. Let's learn together, and then take it from there at the end. All right, guys, so make sure you don't have Facebook, Instagram, and go ahead and put your phone on silent so that you don't have that distraction as well. Also, this does work best if it's in Google Chrome browser. So if you're not in Google Chrome, you might want to disconnect and come right back on. We'll be right here, okay? All right, good deal. So now, this is for you if you've ever said, I'm going to get my finances in order. I need to do something different. I don't know what it is, but it's just something not right. They make things look so much easier. I wish I had that. Man, I could be so much further. This is for you if you have a family and you want to invest and find out how to invest your time and your energy and your capital to make sure you guys have a better fulfilled life moving forward. If you're concerned about your retirement, this is for you if you just don't know, or maybe you know a little bit, but you want to know more and you want to have that confidence when it comes to your money. This is totally doable. It's 100% doable and it's guaranteed per the law. Plus, I had to do it twice. You'll find out more to you on that in just a moment. But I've done it twice. So what it took me 18 months the first time to do is going to take you 45 days to get done because I have perfected it and I've worked with other clients. So what I didn't do the first time, I did the second time. And then I even tweaked it even more as I've worked with clients since 2008. All right, guys. And what I'm going to teach you today, I'm going to teach you the 7 secret steps of credit repair, but it's more than just that. It's more than just that. If you feel in the pit of your stomach, There's FOMO. If you have FOMO, meaning, you would like to be aware and abreast of all the different ways to make your money work, to be a savvy person over your money so that you can enjoy your lifestyle today, but you can also be sure and confident about your retirement later on, then it's more than just credit repair. There's a lot of credit repair agents out there, and I differentiate myself because that's just the first step. If we can free up money by paying less interest on a monthly basis, then we now have the ability to have a better lifestyle today, enjoying our days the way we want to, save more so that we are prepared for the unexpected, and also have our money to grow for us while we're doing something else. So by the time we reach retirement, or depending on what type of vehicle that you use, by the time we just reach a later date and a later age or a different phase in our life, we have money set aside, prepared for us to use it as we want. All right, so it's about the 7 secret steps of credit repair, because we're going to free up some money, find some money that's hidden in plain sight that we didn't even know was there. All right, and then we're going to learn how to manage and mind our credit on a monthly basis, add positive things, and continue for it to grow. Because when you remove negative items, it automatically is going to grow. But how about we want to get past the 700 mark? We want to take advantage of excellent credit and the benefits and the perks and the frequent flying miles and the vacationing, a 5-star vacation with a 3-star budget. Not because you don't have the money, but because you get perks when you have good credit and you're able to qualify for the better cards, which come with perks, like cash back for purchases. Imagine that. All right, and then we're going to learn how to debt negotiate, because 7 secret steps to credit repair does remove negative items, items that can't be verified, erroneous, and things that are not in a timely manner. But there may be things that are remaining. So we need to be smart about how we manage our debt, because they are tricky. They are tricky, and they have some laws on their side. So we need to be able to face it, be aware, and education is power. All right, guys, tell me this. Put some notes in the comments if you can relate. Have you been embarrassed about your credit score? Have you heard the conversation being, discussed, and you just kind of turn your head or politely leave the room, or just continue to look down and eat your lunch or whatever it is that you're doing, because that's not a conversation you know about, or you just hoping no one even asks you what your credit score is? Definitely, I see some yeses. Yes, yes, yes. How about you have been denied and you feel a certain way in your stomach? It affects your self-esteem. Like, wow, I'm denied. I don't know how to get credit. Can't get credit because I don't have credit. No one taught me how to get it. But apparently it's something that's important and I don't know what to do. So you feel, it can't help but to feel less than. How about paying way too much, those 25, 30% interest on a car at a buy here, pay here place, or a credit card, because you didn't know that the starting off introductory rate will increase. You didn't know that taking cash off your credit card would have a negative effect on your credit score if you don't pay it off in your pockets. And what about stressing? Stressing over your credit score, stressing over your monthly money management skills, stressing over your future, your past, your children, stressing over your state of mind is not comfortable because you're not secure. You're going to work and you're hustling, you're bringing in cash, but it seems to be leaving you just as fast as it's coming in. Are you losing sleep? Have you lost sleep in the past, even if it didn't last night? Went to sleep thinking about bills, woke up thinking about bills, at a position that you don't like, but you don't have any option because you don't really have maybe the education, or you're making the money, and then at the end of the year, they tell you that you need to pay this amount of taxes, and you like, there's no way I made all that money. If you can relate to that, put some comments in the comment box. What about anger? Have you felt angry? I mentioned earlier, I felt angry at my mom and school and the government and college. I have a whole college degree and no one taught me about money. So how about jealousy and felt like you needed to sacrifice from the beginning and didn't even know what you were doing and just wish you could have a do-over. Wish you could start back at where you were at 18, 19, 20 with the knowledge you have now. All right, so I want you to say with me, repeat it out loud to yourself. You don't need to scream it. You don't need to unmute. Just say it with me. I'm creating ease. That's so powerful. I'm creating ease. I'm creating ease in my life. I'm creating ease in my children's life. I'm creating ease in my children's life. I'm creating ease in my spouse's life, my family's life, because once they see me doing different things and I'm continuing to progress, even if I fail sometimes, they're paying attention and they're going to want to know how to do it as well. I'm creating ease. Things don't have to be so difficult, but only if we learn. I always say personal finance is not common sense, but it's also not rocket science. So we need to be willing to ask questions and then listen and take notes and then implement what we learn so that we can create ease in our lives. All right, guys, this is my journey. So I mentioned to you that twice I had to fix my credit score. As you can see, 2000 started college, 2003 graduated, 2008 is when I became an insurance agent. Around that time, I was about 28 years old, because I'm 39 now. Well, I guess I was 29 years old, because that was 10 years ago. And, you know, when I became an insurance agent, I didn't even have an insurance policy because I was not taught the value of it. Though I had started receiving awards and accolades for being able to transform other people's lives because I believed in it once it was brought to my attention, I still didn't believe in it enough to open my pocketbook on a monthly basis. Like, okay, I can sell it, but I don't know about, I can't digest the value of it. But I continued to receive awards, By the time 2011 came around, I had started my policies, I had started my retirement options, self-retirement options. I had continued to receive awards. I was taking trips and vacations, taking my son on cruises. I was living it up. I was doing good, and I was spending all of my money that didn't go to bills as fast as I could. I still did not understand the concept of money. I just knew that I needed to do something for my future. But what about right now today? I wasn't saving anything. All right. So that being said, I was financially secure. I was making good money. I, was still receiving accolades and awards, and my credit was perfect. Perfect. Not perfect. Not 850, but it was in the 700s. And lo and behold, I was hit with a divorce unexpectedly. Again, I mentioned earlier, this is how I know that personal finance and a solid financial foundation is connected to our emotions. I'm not going to say quickly, but eventually everything that I worked hard for, at 28, in 2008 is when I was at 28, 29. That's when I started to think about it and consider it, because I was surrounding myself with different type of people and I could see what they were doing, and they were pouring things in my spirit and telling me things. So I started to believe, and eventually I shifted my behavior, changed my money story, and I was nice and satisfied with what I had created by paying attention by 2011. However, in December 2012, I reverted back to the same unhealthy spending habits, the same emotional spending, the same just not having a plan on what I was doing, because I was struck foundationally. I didn't realize that the abusive relationship I had before, and being adopted, and the abandonment issues, and all of that was still affecting me underneath the surface. Even though I looked good and I spent good and I vacationed good and I was able to make good money, my emotions still were not intact. And I had not been used to the concept of understanding my strengths and my weaknesses, understanding my money story, understanding what my triggers are. Emotions are my trigger. When I'm hurt, I want to spend. I want to drink. I want to smoke cigarettes. I want to party. I want to spend. I want to shop. I want to do anything that's going to take me out of the way I feel so I don't have to face it. So 2013, that's exactly what I did. I lived an emotional lifestyle. I could laugh at it now because I realized everything that I went through, every single thing I went through was actually to help somebody else. So I embrace it today. I embrace it today. All right, guys, so let's see here. 2014, 2015, I started to heal. I became connected with a self-help community. I have a wonderful group of a tribe of women of all ages that come from all different lifestyles, and we stick together because we have a desire to live. At my bottom, I made a decision that I want to live and not die. I made a decision I wanted to live and not die, and I had to get busy living, and I had to start forgiving and forgetting and pushing forward, giving myself permission to push forward. So 2016, I started the process all over again. I remembered everything that I'd done because I'm an information hoarder. So I kept it all, and I learned new things. And I was able to get back on top in 2016 and 2017, back at it, working, insurance, and just about, everything back where it was, vacationing and this, that, and the other, last year, I think I took like 6 vacations. I have some slides later on, but in 2018, it's all about growth and expansion. Oh, that's spelled wrong. But it's all about growth and expansion. Expansiable. You know what? I'm not a perfectionist anymore, and it's okay that that's spelled wrong. And I'll just, when this webinar is over, I'll change it. So please forgive that beat, guys. All right, so a little bit of pictures about me and everything that I just described to you. Before Credit Repair, this is my son. He's 21 now. He's my only child. This was him in ROTC. This is my first office over here. You'll see the picture. This is one of my awards up there on the wall. This is my first office in my kitchen, in my apartment in South Carolina. And these are some of the different awards. Before I had my locks, I've had locks now for 8 years. So these are just some of the different awards that I've received. These are some of the vacations that I was going on, and just living that emotional lifestyle. I took my son to the Bahamas at he was 16. And this is another picture of that office I was showing you. I had the office in my kitchen, but I was guaranteed to have office. I have the printer. You see the white computer with the big back and all my pictures. And, my desk was right here. You can't really see it. And that's the refrigerator right there. This is a cruise. This is, here is in Cozumel with my friend girls. Whoever said they were going somewhere, I was going. This is my marriage years. I thought I had it all. I was in church. I was a good wife in the South with a husband, with my son. He's growing up and things are going well. So I thought I was in choir. I thought I was doing okay. And then all of a sudden it just hit me. He didn't want to be married anymore. And I was not prepared for that. So then I gained a lot of weight. As you can see, the spark is gone in my eyes here. I'll never forget this picture. It just reminds me of where I was in that time of my life. I was very, very disconnected and helpless and hopeless in my mindset. And I had to do things differently to pull myself out of that. And thank God I got connected with a support group of these women. They're my lifeline. And this dog here, he saved my life. Pet therapy is real. Look at all that weight I gained. But yeah, pet therapy is real. His name is Carter. My son named him. These are my support women. As I told you, they're from all walks of life, all ages, all nationalities. And it's awesome. We do different things. We go vacations. It's just awesome, awesome, awesome. You see my smile is back, Now, in 2018, 2017, as I stated, I transitioned my business online in 2016 as opposed to just face-to-face. I wanted to take advantage of the technology. I've also started working in my area with community. Me knowing where I've come from, knowing how I was broken, I realized that there are a lot of women out there that needs help as well. So that's what I've been doing. That's my mission, to reach ambitious women, those who are self-motivated, and once you give them direction and they feel that they can trust you, they're willing to push forward one baby step at a time to change their situation. So I work with a home buying program. I did a collaboration on how you can monetize Instagram. This is a push out purpose nonprofit organization, helping women to find their purpose. As long as we get our finances in order, which is our number one distraction, then we can start to focus on what is our God-given purpose, what are our talents, what are we good at, and what do we like to do. The intersection of that is what we should be doing. This is something I'll be doing on a monthly basis to help women start a business and become a nonprofit organization. I spoke in Florida at Flourish Media. And this was interesting. That was this year, early in February. This is me at an event with a young lady who states, I want to get my credit fixed and I want to get some insurance because, I work with credit insurance, credit repair, credit education. I work with debt management, which is, after, as I mentioned earlier, after the credit is restored and negative items are removed, things that can't come off, we need to learn how to strategically manage them without getting caught in the traps. Then we need to learn how to manage our money on a monthly basis, our income versus our expenses. Whatever's left, if we're not happy with it, then we need to be focusing on additional streams of income. So I help with that as well. And finally, retirement and guaranteed investment vehicles in the form of insurance policy, life insurance policy. Because she wanted a life insurance policy and she wanted credit repair. And she's only 20 and she didn't want to disclose her information. And we didn't have good reception in the basement. And so we sat outside, and I'm in Illinois, and it's not very cool. It's not very warm here at this time. And we sat outside. She was determined, and so was I. Outreach is what I'm all about. This is at a small business expo It's a whole video, but that's me right there giving that speech. That's right here. This is just a picture. That's the video. And this is one of my flyers I created. Simply states, did you know that you can remove negative items off your credit report without having to pay? And this is my friend LaShondra, and she's also in insurance. And it's just another community event that we went to. Sticking together and having a network and growing together and learning together is something that I'm really big on, and passing it on and teaching someone else. Now, these are the vacations that I've done in 2017, 2018. I do live in Illinois. This is my guy. And we go and travel with the Bears. Go Bears, right? So this is Lucas Stadium in Indianapolis. This is in Detroit. This is our view. We went on a cruise while in Detroit. This is Detroit Lions, all about the football. This was their baseball field. This is the kids. That's my son, me and my guy, and a little cousin there. So, okay. And so these are more vacations. This is Vegas. This is Miami. This is Vegas. We went and saw Cirque du Soleil. This is all last year. We went to Vegas. This is us in a helicopter. We went to the Grand Canyon and took the helicopter down. Then we got on a pontoon boat and rode up the river and rode back down. Got back on the helicopter and went on up top. This is us. We were at a masquerade ball. This is more Bears. Look at the seats, guys. We were on like the 11th yard line, 11th row on the 40-yard line. This is the Lights Festival, the Amatorium. I think that's what it's called. Just different things that I wouldn't have even thought I wanted to do. When you heal and you have a new me and a new fresh you and a new purpose and you are financially free, you have the desire to experience so many other things. All right. This is a baseball field, and this is the Blue Man Group. I loved it, loved it, loved it. So, all right, guys, let's get into how you can also achieve those different things. And today we're going to talk about, like I stated, how you're going to increase your score 100 points in 45 days. We're going to talk about the credit categories and pillars, your 7 secret steps that I mentioned. Those are your steps that you're going to take to get to financial freedom. How to remove items off your credit report without having to pay. Never dispute online because you give up your rights. Life after bankruptcy. If you have a thin file, or if you found bankruptcy and you need to get credit, you can't get credit because you don't have credit, but you need to start off somewhere, I can show you how to do that. We're going to grow your score without actually paying the debt off. Don't pay your collections ever, and I'll explain to you why. The difference between DIY, which is done for you, credit repair, and professional credit repair. Additional streams of income options, and what's new in credit repair 2018, and then the hybrid credit repair process, which is what I've created. And then a disclaimer. All right, guys. So what are the 5 categories of credit? Payment history, utilization, credit mix, credit age, and inquiries. All right, guys. Payment history means no matter what's going on, you need to pay your bill every month on time, period. If you can't, then you need to not charge what you can afford to pay in cash. Technically, what you really need to be doing when you're minding your credit, which is building it up, and when you're trying to grow your credit from, repair your credit, is to only purchase things that you would already be purchasing: gas, groceries, household items. So you know that you have the money to afford it, and then pay it off on time as soon as the statement comes. The second one is utilization, meaning if you have $1,000 credit limits, you should only charge 30% of that, which is $300. That's to not be dinged each month. If you want to grow your score, you should stay under 9%, which is $90. Again, we're only charging it just so we can show that we have the ability to charge a little bit and pay it off. That's your credit reputation, and it lowers your risk when you see that you can do that on a regular basis. And this is also why when you pay off your credit card bills, a lot of people pay off old accounts, and they wonder why their credit score didn't change, because your payment history is 35% of your score. And you may still be outside of your utilization. Your cards are almost maxed up. So even if you are paying on time every month, you're still being dinged. Credit mix is having both installment loans and revolving loans. Installment loans are, how many payments, how much, and how long as soon as you start it. And it's listed on the credit report. And revolving credit is a line of credit from your mortgage from your mortgage company based off of your mortgage. It also can be a credit card, all right? Because they don't know how much you're going to charge each month, and it's revolving. You charge it, you pay it, all right? And the key here is the best way to grow your score and the fastest way is to use credit, pay it off monthly, because that shows a pattern. Alrighty, so canceling your score the first time is, as soon as you decide I don't need this anymore, is not necessarily the good idea, because credit age is how long have you had credit? Even if you're not technically using this card on a regular basis, how long of a reputation do we have to see that you've been actively charging and paying on time? So closing your accounts early or closing them out because you think that's the best way to fix your credit when you start your process, it's not. You're actually hurting yourself. And then inquiries. Oh my goodness, that's a big deal. I'm going to just say to you guys, stop charging and asking and applying for credit when you know your credit score isn't the best. Okay, guys, just stop. Too many inquiries. It can be 5 to 10 points each. All right, guys? All right. Now, these are the 7 secret steps to credit repair. First, you need to obtain your credit report, review it, and monitor it. You can get it from annualcreditreport.com, absolutely free. There are sometimes, if they say, annualcreditreport.com will give you your credit report from each different reporting agency, absolutely free, once a year. What if you need it more than once? There are times when you can get it more than once, such as if you are looking for a job, if you feel like you've been a victim of identity theft, if you are on public assistance, if your state allows it, if you've been declined for insurance, if you've applied for credit and you've been declined. Those are ways that you can get it no matter what all throughout the year. A lot of people don't know that. Review it, determine what's on there. Is there any inconsistencies? And then also make sure you have a monitoring service. Now, people ask, what is my credit score? Your credit score will only be valid coming from myfico.com, and you won't have to pay for it. But you'll get a monitoring system at the same time. We want to make sure we're not doing hard work to clear up our credit just to turn around and have somebody take our identity. Next one is dispute inaccurate personal information. This you can do online, and it comes back in just a few days. Definitely you can do this online. This is the only step you should do online. Dispute hard inquiries. Now that takes a process. There's a certain amount of letters that you need to send with certain verbiage based off of the law, the Fair Credit Reporting Act of 1971, which is enforced by the Federal Trade Commission. They need to remove your hard inquiries if they don't, 1, follow up on the 3 rules. 1, if it's not accurate, if it's not verifiable, and if it's not in a timely manner. And there are some other things that you need to know about disputing your hard inquiries, because the credit reporting agencies actually get that information from another reporting agency. So you need to handle that with that reporting agency. So when you go ahead and send your dispute in with Equifax, TransUnion, or Experian, they'll know. They won't be able to pull the information from the other agency. All right. Now I do have the credit report, the 2018 credit repair toolkit for you, and all of this is included. You get 33 letters. You get a blueprint on how to get all this done. You're going to learn how to review your credit report and all the different things I told you about as far as when you can obtain one. What are the other ways to get one that isn't publicly announced, and also the hard inquiries. The different step-by-step processes included in there. And then you want to review your credit report. Step number 6, and decide which letters you need. Do you have collections? Do you have charge-off? Do you have repossessions? Do you have public markings such as bankruptcy, tax liens, things of that nature? Sorry. Student loans, things of that nature. Well, student loan isn't public, but bankruptcy, tax lien, charge-offs. No, bankruptcy, tax liens, judgments. Excuse me. And then you want to go through the process of disputing. Make sure you send a letter. Make sure you send them return receipt requested so that you have a date, because they have a certain amount of time that they have to respond to you. If they don't, then you need to send them another letter with a different wording and let them know that you know your rights. They have to respond. If they don't follow the law, the Fair Credit Reporting Act law, you can actually sue them. You can contact your state's attorney's office. All right, and whatever, you go through several different letters and let them know how you feel and that you're aware of the law, and they have to respond. Then whatever is not able to come off, then you go through the debt negotiation. Negotiate to delete, settlement offer. Pay to delete means, you know what, how much, I'm right now not currently paying you anything. how much will you take in order to remove your account completely off my credit report? 100% gone. So I don't have the negative payment history. I don't have your credit name. It just shows that it's gone and you've received a portion of what you are owed. And the last one is rebuild your credit. Strategic ways to positively build your score without hurting your score. Because when you apply for credit, it's an inquiry, right? So then how do you do that without hurting? I have all that included in the package as well. Now, the legal loophole states anything I just mentioned to you that's not verifiable, 100% accurate, and it's not within a time frame, which is 7 years and 180 days from the time that you made a last payment, missed a payment, or from the time that the account was added to your credit report. All right, so removing items without paying. Let me give you the history of the Credit Reporting Act, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. One moment here. Here we go. All right, guys. So okay, so the Fair Credit Reporting Act started in 1971 because Congress passed a law to protect us because they were having errors way back then. It's hard to believe, but no one was being held accountable for the accuracy of our information back in 1970, guys. 1970. All right, that's why when I found out about the credit reporting laws and the fact that I have control over it, I was both livid. I was pissed off, and I felt empowered. And that's my goal, is to get you to feel the same way, so that you want to take action as well. All right. So, as a result of those errors, the Congress mandated them to create something to protect consumers, and that is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. All right, guys. And so that's the Fair Credit Reporting Act passed in 1971. And it was accomplished by establishing guidelines for removing and correcting obsolete, incorrect, or irrelevant data. That's the time frame. Outdated, misidentifying, incomplete, incorrect, erroneous, misleading information from your credit report. All of those different things you have the power to remove. But the thing is, no one's going to remove them for you. You have to acknowledge it and let them know that you know the rights of 1971 Credit Reporting Act in order to get it done. The Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian of the world are just there to report. No one polices them. All right, guys. And then you know what? People say, it does not matter whether the debt is yours. That's not part of the question or the law. It matters whether or not they can prove it. And if they can't prove it, it has to be removed. And that means absolutely every single thing. All right, guys. So people ask, is that ethical? Well, of course it's ethical. You're within the law. It's called a loophole. And the law hasn't been rewritten since then. So as long as you're within the law and you're supposed to obey the law of the land, then take advantage of the do-over and the clean slate that you are able to get, as long as you know the law and how to implement this procedure. Now, this is by a lawyer, Jason Orvis, attorney at law. And he says the credit report is no more than an allegation. Unfortunately, most citizens never challenge that allegation. Just because it's on there doesn't mean that it's written in stone. Know the process, know your rights, and start disputing. And if they can't prove it, it has to come off in 30 to 45 days. So that's why I say yes, you can repair your credit in 45 to 90 days, and the law is on your side. It says that eventually we find that most credit report allegations are at some point unattainable and are removed. We belong to a fundamentally capitalist civilization, and credit bureaus capitalize on consumers' information. Unlike our legal system, the bureaus take no oath to truth, equity, or common good. Let's see here. In relation to consumers, the credit bureaus do not concern themselves with the impact of this information. The information often misrepresents the creditworthiness of the consumer. By tagging good citizens as deadbeats, the bureaus damage the creditors, the economy, and most importantly, their individual. See, so he's telling you, he's suggesting, he is urging you to find out if your credit report contains things that are erroneous so that you can get it taken care of. All right, let's see. Okay. So now, who was the Federal Trade Commission? I told you that the Fair Credit Reporting Act of 1971 was created by Congress mandated law. And who enforces it? The Federal Trade Commission, a whole federal government, and this is their website here. What is their purpose? The FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, protects consumers by stopping unfair, deceptive, and fraudulent practices in the marketplace. We conduct investigations, sue companies and people that violate the law, develop rules to ensure a vibrant marketplace, and educate consumers and businesses about the laws and responsibilities. We collect complaints about hundreds of issues, from data security and deceptive advertising to identity theft and do not call violations, and more and more. So they're on your side. That's all they do is protect you. That's all they do is protect you guys. Now, in 2000 and the last one was in 2015, but in 2012, 2013, they did a first report, and this was again Congress mandated study on the accuracies. What they found is that even though the law was created in 1971, back in 2013, excuse me, they still realized that there were an extreme amount of errors on our credit report, and they wanted to question the credit reporting process. So they did roughly 5 studies and found out, even after they'd done the 5 studies, information from the first study, at least one piece of disputed information on that report is still inaccurate, but they chose to stop the survey. The Federal Trade Commission has issued a follow-up study on a credit reporting accuracy that found most consumers who previously reported an unresolved error on one of the 3 major reports believed at least one piece of disputed information was still inaccurate. This was the last report that they did. It says it follows up on a study issued in 2012, which examined how many consumers had errors. It stated that 78% of us, that's almost 8 out of 10 people, have an error on their report considered significantly enough to cause us 50 points. So it behooves you to check it. It says the eye-opening numbers are American consumers, for American consumers. These are eye-opening numbers for American consumers. Howard Shalansky, Director of the Federal Trade Commission, Bureau of Economics. The results of this first of its kind study make it clear that consumers should check their credit reports regularly with a monitoring service. If they don't, they are potentially putting their pocketbooks at risk. Anything I say, guys? 1 in 4 consumers found errors. And this is just more information that I found for you guys. Let's go back to it here. Okay. So therefore, we talked about legitimate bad credit, who's the FTC reports, and more. Now, why should you never dispute online? Because the Fair Credit Reporting Act states that in order to prove an item is accurate and verifiable means they have to prove they have the right to report this negative information on you, since it's going to be seen by so many creditors, which your money is connected in every way to your credit score, from insurance and life insurance, car insurance, homeowners insurance, anything, deposits on phone bills, utilities, all of that, guys. Of course, mortgage and loans and car loans. So that's pretty much everything that we do, right? So, and also it prevents us from affording some of the luxuries of life if we can't afford those wonderful credit cards that have all those perks on it. But if you dispute online, you negate some of the laws that are given to you in the Fair Credit Reporting Act. You have the right to tell a reporting agency, if you believe that this is my debt, you want me to start paying for it, then I need you to verify it. And that means provide me with the original piece of paper from the date that I signed this loan. And if they can't do it, they have to remove it, regardless to what type of loan it is, how long it's been, the amount, or who it's with. And this is what it states. The credit reporting agencies doesn't have to forward the dispute to their creditors, so they don't even have to do a valid check. The credit reporting agency doesn't have to send you written results of the investigation. The credit reporting agency does not have to show the method of verification. What I just described was the method of verification. How do you know that it's mine? How did you prove it? Because you could have put this out the sky. It's, with the identity theft running rampant, how do you know it's mine? And if you dispute online, they don't have to go to that detailed extreme. So don't do it, guys. All right. All this information is important if you're fighting the credit reports. You need to keep your ammunition, your aces. Now, Frivolous dispute. Now, just like I said, it's a major loophole that we have the ability to dispute absolutely everything. And it doesn't matter if it's negative. It doesn't matter if it's actually our debts. It matters if they can prove it. They also actually have a loophole as well, a bit of a freedom piece. And that is if the credit reporting agency, once we start our dispute process, deem our request to be frivolous, they don't have to investigate. Frivolous means not important, not written correctly. Ambiguous, meaning the same exact reason for several different accounts. You need to really make sure that your letters are written in tip-top shape. In my credit repair package, the 2018 credit repair toolkit, I'll provide you with 33 different templates. You plug in your information, change the wording a little bit so that it fits your situation, and send it out. If you do the done for you credit repair option that I have, which is the professional done for you, you don't have to worry about doing it yourself, then they'll take care of it and they word the words correctly. But the point is, if they deem it frivolous, then you sitting there and you're getting no action taking place. However, no worries. I have a system, a proven system, that's how you can combat them coming back with a frivolous dispute, what your next step should be in order to move your process along the way. Again, that's included in the credit repair toolkit. I'll tell you about that later. All right, so how do I grow my score? Don't pay your collections, life after bankruptcy, and grow your score without paying off your debt. So don't pay collections. Let's go back to our article here. Hold on. Oh, never pay collections right here in front of my face. Sorry. One loophole states some contracts have the wording debtor agrees to be responsible for payment of this debt to creditor or its assigned. What that means is, example, if you have an account with Sprint and Sprint writes you off, puts you in charge-off status, and they sell it to Bob Jobs, whoever, collection agency, if they have in their contract that you owe Sprint and you owe anybody else that they sell their debt to, then you have to pay them. If they don't, then you don't have to pay them. This is a contract between you and the debt collector, as well as a creditor. And if they can provide you with a copy of the contract that states this, you are pretty much stuck and need to pay the negotiate the debt. But if not, you don't have to. You see that? So don't start paying your debt. If you agree, let me tell you, there's also a such thing as zombie debt. There's a such thing as debt scavengers, guys. They look for debt that you owe, even if it's outside of your statute of limitations, which is when you no longer owe it. They can try to sue you. They can try to make you pay for it. They can be intimidating, make you agree to a good faith payment of $5. As soon as you pay that $5, you've just re-aged your debt. And now they have the ability to come after you for another 7 years and 180 days on an old debt that you no longer even owe. And by the way, if they send you something in the mail, they can attempt to sue you. And if you don't show up, that automatically takes away your, it will be a valid defense if you went to court, but if you didn't go to court, your rights are waived. So we need to mature. Stop. I know I'm not the only person who's run from the mailbox or just didn't even go check the mailbox because you knew it wasn't nothing in there, but stuff you didn't want to see. Like we think we're going to put our head in the sand and it's just going to go away. If you do, you can make situation worse for you. So that's the first step, guys. We're learning, we're implementing, we're not being afraid. We're facing our money fears and taking small steps. All right, guys. Now, let's see here. That's why you should never pay your collections. Discuss it with them. And actually, when they call you, do not discuss it with them over the phone. Tell them, I was not aware of that debt. Thank you so much. Please send it to me in writing. I'd like to review it. Would you like my address? They have 5 days to send you that in writing, guys. All right, we talked about the tricks to collection agency pay. Validate versus verification. They need to validate it. They need to be able to show you what proof do they have that you owe it, and what proof do they have that they should be contacting you. Don't pay anything and don't talk to them over the phone. All right, guys, how about life after bankruptcy? How many of you have been told in the comment box, let me see, how many of you have been told that it takes 7 to 10 years for bankruptcy to be removed? I know I was told that. We have been, yes. Yes. different year for chapter 7, chapter 13. Yes. You know, yes, it will take that long if you don't know the law. If you don't know that you have rights, it definitely will take that long. However, if you remember, I said that they have to be able to verify it. They can't verify things that occur in the court of law with the very first piece of paper because the judge is not going to send it to them, guys. If they sure aren't, let's go and check out the website. There we go. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. How to remove bankruptcy from your credit report. Look, it states right here, guys. The credit bureaus have active campaigns online to make you think that it's not possible. They pretend to be helpful, but they have ulterior motives. They don't say it outright, but the way they word their interpretation of the FCRA, which is the Federal Credit Report, Fair Credit Reporting Act, we just talked about that. It started in 1971, makes people think that it can't be done. The worst thing about that is that a lot of the top credit sites parrot the information, which makes for a lot of misinformation online. However, as you will see below, bankruptcy absolutely can be removed from your credit report. Removing a bankruptcy requires filing separate disputes and la 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 la. It talks about how you can get it done, which we're not going to go into detail because there's a lot of different things that you need to do. But the fact of the matter is, I wanted you to know that it can be done, guys. For sure, it can. Go back here. Okay, so we could go to that website as well. Experian, I have that up too. Removing bankruptcy, and that's Experian, guys. Forget where it was. Here it says bankruptcy report record from the court is deleted either 7 years or 10 years from the filing date. Chapter 13 is deleted 7 years. You see how, and this is Experian. They're private entities. They have no legal authority, but they are paid to continue to report our negative items. So, of course, they're going to make it difficult for you to remove the negative items. This is what they were talking about. They put in the type of terms, yes, it will take that long if you don't do anything about it to be removed, but they don't tell you, but you can actually work towards removing it yourself. You see how that's confusing for somebody who doesn't know that they need to be searching a little bit more? There's a lot of different rules and myths and secrets out there that we don't know, and that's my job to expose it so that you can be mad and empowered at the same time and then take action. Whether it's DIY, which is do it yourself, or whether it's done for you, which is pay for somebody else to do it. The bottom line is you definitely have control, so why are we not going to take control once we have been empowered with this information? That's what you should be asking yourself. All right, so, okay, so yeah, this is just letting you know that it can't be removed. We already looked at the websites. All right, so how can we grow our score? The 30% utilization rule, remember that, right? $1,000 was our example. And you had to stay up under $300 to make sure that you don't get negative marks while when they calculate your score on a monthly basis. But if you're in the process of growing your score, you need to stay under 9%. So that's, $90 on a $1,000 available credit. Excuse me, I drink a little bit. So what if you already at like 600 charged off and your credit score, and your credit limit is 1,000? You're like, well, I'm already over that and I don't have the money to pay it down. So how can I ever not continue to be dinged? What you can do is just raise your credit score. If it's $1,000 available and you have 600 charged, that's 60%. Well, you can raise that 1,000 up to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, so it's no longer 60%, and that'll make the amount charged lower. You can become an authorized user on somebody else's account who has a more of a balance, and that'll automatically reduce your utilization. You can purchase trade lines if you don't know anybody who has perfect credit or good credit that would allow you to be an authorized user. And being an authorized user does not affect them because they're not giving you their card. You don't have the ability to charge, but their credit good reputation will be affected reflected on your credit report. That's awesome, right? And it's free, right? Right. If you don't know anybody that can do that for you, then you do the same thing with the trade line, and it's not free. And I have all of this available for you if you want it. If you want this separate, some people just have a bankruptcy, they don't really have a credit score, and they're starting over fresh, and they just need to learn how to grow it without incurring inquiries. I have that for you. If you want it, let me know. All right, guys. So that's that. Now, it immediately increases because, credit reports are updated every 30 days. So it's going to immediately give you a jump in your score, which is awesome. It is temporary, so it'll fall back off. So you need to make sure you learn how to mind your credit to maintain that growth instead of just using it and starting back over and finding yourself in the same position. I have many clients that have done credit repair before. I have many clients that use credit repair to remove multiple bankruptcies. And that's my objective, is to teach you guys so that you can build a solid financial foundation, not so that you can get more opportunity to spend emotionally. All right. All right. So now you do need to have some discipline, because you're going to have this new car. You're going to have a new credit limit. You're going to have the ability to spend more freedom. So don't go back to the same behavior. We're using this as a strategy to grow your score. All right, guys? You have to have discipline. That's why you need to be working on and figuring out. I provide digital tips and tools and rules and resources and routines to help you figure out what your money tendencies, your spending tendencies, your money triggers. Me is my emotions, which is why when I got divorced unexpectedly, first thing I did, I went shopping. I started drinking again. I started smoking cigarettes, partying, hanging out, trips, whatever made me feel good. I did it in order to not feel the pain that I felt. And I ended up creating an unhealthy lifestyle and spending all my money, all kind of stuff, moved out of state, and, but I learned from that, and now I help others. Okay. All right. So this is what I need you to know. Even if you do have the quick fix of the trade lines and the authorized user, no promotion, product, service, sale, discount, or any amazing opportunity that I provide for you today can take the place of a solid financial foundation in the act of building generational wealth for your family. You have to learn it. You have to implement it. You have to be secure. You have to continue to grow it. You have to continue to be mindful on your strengths and weaknesses. Be prepared. Be aware. Because anything built on sand is bound to crumble. My foundation was built on sand, and it crumbled. So now how do we do this? We pay attention. We spend a little time learning and making small changes at a time. We don't open up new credit just all willy-nilly when our score tries to go up 20 points, 30 points. Because you're going to start receiving all kind of ads in the paper, ads in the mail, ads through your phone, ads through your text messages, ads through your email. Oh my God, they're going to really come at you. So you need to not fall victim to that and stay focused on your goal. And then also follow the process. No bright ideas. Well, I can do this a little bit, then I can get me a car. And that my friend, she was able to do this, and that worked for her. No, let's follow the trusted process, and we'll see success. Okay, guys? And you have some great ideas, I'm sure. But let's follow the process, the proven process, the blueprint that I'm going to provide from years of experience and doing it myself. So now I need you to get a pen and a piece of paper, because I want you to write this down. I have questions for you. 5 questions. Just a quick yes and no. All right? Get a pen, piece of paper. Hopefully you've been taking notes all along. Now, this is the first question. Are you passionate about providing an awesome future for your kids or your family, but also want to enjoy life to the fullest right now? Yes or no? Are you passionate about providing an awesome future for your kids or your family, but also want to enjoy your life to the fullest now? Second question, have you been thinking about doing something to increase your credit score, or have you been feeling like you need to make some changes to your money situation for a while now? You know, and no one's going to see your answers, but you know, yes or no. All right, 1, 2, third question. How passionate are you about your desire to be financially free and living stress-free when it comes to your finances? How passionate are you? I guess it's not a yes or no. A 1 to 5. 5 being very passionate, 1 being not very passionate. Kind of passionate. I kind of want it, but I don't know. It looked good, but I'm just not sure that I can take control of my emotions and my wants. You know, what differentiates an adult from a child is that we do what we have to do as opposed to what we want to do. Children just do what feels good. And that's the only way we're going to change our situation is learning some new routines and some rules, having a support system, little by little, undoing or learning something new. So, how passionate are you about your desire to be financially free? The vacation that I took, the freedom to come and go. And I didn't even, you know how you saw those pictures. I couldn't even possibly put all the pictures from all the vacations that I've done and the type of life that I live today. I'm actually getting ready tomorrow morning to go to out of town again. We're going to Ontario. Well, not Ontario. To Niagara Falls. Yep. That'll be my third vacation this year. So let's see here. How passionate are you about your desire to be financially free and living stress-free when it comes to your finances? The next one. Have you told yourself when the time is right, when I get some money, when I do some more research on a few companies, I don't want to just jump into anything? Has that been the excuse that you've told yourself? The reason why you haven't taken the first step to do something about your credit repair? Because I know I'm not the only person. And, you know, credit repair, like I said, is just the beginning. There's so much more. But instead of going out and finding a second job, we'll deal with additional streams of income later. Let's find some money that you're already making, putting in somebody else's hand that you could be keeping for yourself and better strategically investing it and placing it somewhere, like I said, so that you can better control the money that you're making so that it's working for you. Have you told yourself that before? When the time is right, when I get some money, when I do a little bit more research on a few companies, I just don't want to jump into anything. Last question. Have you thought to yourself, it just seems like so much to learn and do. I don't know who I can trust, and I definitely don't want to do something to make things worse. So you're scared to make a decision. You're stuck in the same spot. Have you thought about that or something similar to that? Those are all questions and excuses that we give ourselves. You know, they really are. Find somebody that you like, know, and trust, and you take the first step. And if you know, I don't know if you're spiritual, you pray about it. What you do know is what you're currently doing isn't getting you where you want to go. So how worse could it be? How much worse could it be? All right, here's some testimonials. Continue more. She was able to get in 30 days from December 19th to January 7th, she was able to get what was it? It's a credit card bill. I think I put the wrong slide up. It's a credit card bill. She was able to get the Capital One removed off of her credit card. She said it's nerve-wracking. All right, the next one. It says, your words of wisdom have taught me to spend within my means. Also, I had to deal with my credit company regarding expenses from her ex-husband, just different testimonials. She now is starting to save. This is a coworker testimonial. This is also a coworker testimonial. As I told you, not coworker, a colleague, because I'm not employed by anybody. This is just somebody who's excited over the fact that I'm positive and pouring into people. They're part of my community, which is on Facebook, Motivating Your Money. This is client testimony. There's more of them. This one says, I literally started on 2/26, mailed out my first set of letters. My score was 564. Now it's 594, 580, and 640. Today is already not too far from 2/26. So let's see here. Her score jumped up 207 points from 320 to 529 in less than 90 days. Let's see what she said. Debt free. She says, not only just financial freedom, also debt free and all, as always, because of fear, excuses, and not having the courage to do what needs to be done to secure and succeed my future for my son. This young lady here, Lakeisha Russell, she actually has 2 jobs, goes to school, and she's a single parent with a toddler. She says, just a few days later, she emails me a link about do-it-yourself debt repair. He said 2 jobs, and I began to look at the debt and see where I had been on it manageable. Oh, in less than 3 months, right there. And this is another customer who was older, and, and he said, they say you can't teach old dog new tricks. Well, I stand corrected. Stacey Daniel showed me great vehicles for money management and universal life insurance policy and annuities. I taught he's in retirement or getting ready to be in retirement. I taught him how to manage his money. Another customer. This one received, he went up from 570 to 664, 674. Just more customers who are satisfied with either DIY or done for you. Doesn't really matter, whatever fits your life. I mean, this is my Facebook community, Motivating Your Money. And these are people that just are happy to be a part of the community. I go live on a regular basis. Actually, I was going live every single day. That's got twice a day. That's gotten to be too much because I have other responsibilities and more clients, so I can't do that. But I still go live on question and answer session on Fridays and Motivating Your Money on Wednesdays. And let's see here. All right, so credit repair rebuilding strategies, additional income, DIY or professional, hybrid credit repair. So this is if you know, what if you could get paid to tell somebody about a service? Because I technically don't do the credit repair. I either provide you with an option to do it yourself, or I provide you with a reputable company that's A+ rated and accredited with the Better Business Bureau to do it for you. All right, guys. So what if you could do the same thing? Tell somebody about a company that does all the legwork, but every time somebody starts the service, you get paid. Yes. You could be a credit repair agent. That's $100 per person just for telling them. Just for telling them about you getting paid while somebody else doing all the work and all you're doing is talking from the comfort of your own home, in your underwear even. I'm just saying, you know. So what's new in the credit world? You can actually be text for credit. You can actually be text for car loans. That's 3 errors. You can text for car loans. Again, I'm telling you this, guys, because I want you to be aware and prepared and step in front of it so that you don't fall victim. Imagine, I know how I would have felt back in the day when I was about 30 years old and just starting to focus on my finances. If I'd have got a text telling me in 30 seconds, 60 seconds, I can apply for a credit card. Don't do it, guys. Keep your eyes on the prize. You have to stick and stay, follow the process, and your life will change. I promise. Now, this is my system. Hybrid credit repair. Within 4 months, guys, the credit repair lettering, this is the wrong slide. The credit repair lettering dispute lettering process can be done by yourself or it can be done with somebody else. However, at the same exact time, add positive trade lines. So by the time in 30 to 45 days, which is the law for them to respond, you have the ability to have already added positive credit activity because they report every 30 days. Pay on time, reduce your balances, start a side hustle if you can so that you can pay off any debt, you know, a little bit at a time. Join a community for support like Motivating Your Money, which is what we offer. And plan for distractions, guys, like those credit card offers coming through the mail or a text message or email. All right, let's see here. I do have some of these items listed above separately, guys. If you don't want to do the whole credit repair process, I don't know where your level is, go ahead and inbox me or email me if you'd like to know more. If you just need to remove disputes, if you just want to grow your score, if you just need to, you don't really have any negative items, just some stuff that you need to negotiate. Oh, by the way, you can also have medical bills removed as well. All right, so everything I'm saying in here, guys, is absolutely 100% possible. I've done it. I continue to do it for my friends and family and clients. I don't do it. I coach them through it while they take action. That's why I stated I work with ambitious women that are self-motivated. I give them the tool in the blueprint, something I really wish I would have had back in the day, and somebody to walk me through who I can ask questions to that I trust and I didn't feel embarrassed because it's a shame factor. So you can definitely get the score increase that I'm suggesting, but you have to put in the work. You do have to have multiple things going at the same time so that you can get that house this year that you've been wanting, so that you can take those vacations, so that you can grow your savings account or even start investing. Imagine how different your life would be if you no longer had to stress over where your money was going. Like this, maybe you started a new business and number one reason why businesses fail in the first 18 months is because they didn't manage their money correctly. It's just a new age of being an entrepreneur, but we have to manage our money better instead of just barely succeeding and making more money. At some point, we want to stop being in hustle mode, right? And start reaping the benefits of all of our work. So we need to start now, take advantage of compound interest, and teach our kids. All righty, let's see here. If you gained any value in everything that I shared, put some comments. Notes in the comments. Make sure you leave your name, and I will use that to advertise my next webinar. And I need to know if you would suggest this webinar to a family member or a friend. Did you learn a lot? Did you have some myths that I debunked for you? All right, so this is what you get, guys. Now I have to ask you for the sale. Time for me to make some money for the information that I provided. Since I see that you guys feel like we have received some great value, let's take action. So the DIY Credit Repair Toolkit, what it gives you is the pre-credit repair work. You must get organized. You must stay organized. You must do some mindset work and prepare for the process ahead. It gives you the 7 secret steps broken down in more detail. It's a checklist to help you along the way, and it's an ebook to give you different tips and tricks and rules for each step. It helps you. It's a glossary of terms and acronyms it's a whole company jargon, not company jargon, just finance jargon that we don't know because we haven't been exposed to. We need that. So check it up and not just read, but if something comes up, you have a resource. It helps you to know what the 8 possible responses are from the credit reporting agencies as you go through your dispute process. It's like having the other team's playbook. So you'll be able to feel ahead of the game. You know what they're going to come with. You know what type of call what play they're going to call. And you're already ready to combat it. 33 letters, dispute, inquiry removal, debt validation, all of it. 10 credit commandments, the do's and don'ts while you're doing your credit repair. We all want to have a bright idea. I need you to stick and stay to the tactics and the process, and you'll see results. And then once those things are removed, how do we negotiate what's left? Everything I just mentioned to you, how there are such things as debt scavengers and zombie debt, how to make sure you're protected and you don't give them any ammunition. And then 7K guaranteed. That's how you can open lines of credit without getting a ding on your credit report. It's guaranteed, and it'll help you grow your score. And you don't have to pay any of the enrollment fees if you use the links that I provide to you in this package. All right, that's everything that I just explained to you right here. The different features. Then you also have that's the DIY, do it yourself. It's you're either gonna pay with time or you're gonna pay with energy. Pay with time and energy or you're gonna pay with money. This you'll pay with time and energy. A little bit of frustration, but it's very, very fulfilling once you see yourself making them take stuff off your credit report and you've been intimidated for so many years. Now, this is the done for you. They will do all the entire credit process. You get 12 additional services in addition to credit repair. You get a will and a trust and a power of attorney. You get identity theft protection. They eliminate debt for you. They'll teach you how to eliminate debt with a lot of different information and tips and tricks. They educate you and your family on money, different things. You get a portal, so you also get discount shopping. Let me go ahead and open this for you. So you can see, you'll actually get a whole website, which is what I'm about to show you right here. Sorry. I'm an agent, so that's my website. She'll be a client. Unless you decide to be an agent, make sure you respond back to me and let me know if you want to know more. But here is where you'll go, and they have so much information for you. These all of the services that you receive for $89 a month. All of these. And if you become an agent, you also get $100,000 worth of life insurance. You get travel portal, discount shopping, My Care Plan, which is the will and the trust and the power of attorney. Even when you discontinue your credit repair process, because no one needs it forever, as long as you're following the rules and you're paying attention to the do's and don'ts that I mentioned, your score is going to get to where you want it. And then you discontinue the service, but you get to keep that will and that trust and that power of attorney. And that's worth like at least $500 if you set it up with a lawyer outside of our service. And it's legal binding of documents that you get to keep. All right, let's go back to, and it's actually $99 usually as a setup, but I'm only giving it to you for $50 as an enrollment plus the $89. So you'll pay $138 today to get it taken care of. That's your early shoppers discount. Oh, wait, hold on. This is the difference between FES, which is Financial Education Services, and all of these other companies. You might have heard of Lexington Law. They do the same thing we do, attack all negative items with all 3 credit bureaus at the exact same time so that you're able to see a significant increase in your score within 45 to 90 days. However, they only do it with one credit reporting agency. So 45 to 90 days with Experian, 45 to 90 days with Equifax, and then another 45 to 90 days with TransUnion. That's easily about 9-10 months at about $100 a month. So you're paying, over $1,000 to do the same thing we're going to do in 45 to 90 days. And it's only $89 a month. Plus you're getting all those services that you see we're the only one who offer. No one else offers them. All of them. And these are the things that can come off. Eviction, student loans, medical bills, collections, tax liens, bankruptcies, judgments, all of that, guys. But if you have it, it can come off. Anything, just to reiterate, anything that's on your report that's negative can be disputed. And then they have to prove it. And if they can't, they have to remove it. All right, so here we go together. This package is usually $47. I'm giving it to you for $27 for my action takers. So $138 as opposed to the $99 and $89, it will be $188 as opposed to the $188 for the Done For You with no contract, professional service. So you don't have to worry about all of that, letters and such. Get the same result with the do-it-yourself and feel empowered and only spend a one-time $27 for just today. Different features, different lifestyle. Kind of decide which one is best for you. The whole point, though, is not do I do it. It's which one is best for me. Oh, I got the same thing on there twice. Same slide twice. Yes. Oops. Okay, so Action Takers bonus. You get a free phone consultation, credit phone consultation, which is 30 minutes if you do this before the end of this webinar. You sign up. Oh, I see somebody who has I just received a notification of a credit repair toolkit. Well, that was quick. How did you do that? I guess you can see it's 2018 credit repair toolkit. Oh no, they both say the same thing. Oh, that's unfortunate. Here, let me go here for you. This is the change that. Yes. For the this should be oh, I just got another notification. I don't know what. Oh, you guys must have already been on my website before. Had to. Financial motivations. Okay, there we go. Didn't change. Okay. There we go. That's the $27 one, and this one is the professional. Well, it seems like everybody, well, so far I have two, are getting, and they're going to get their 30-minute call. And you don't even have to do it in the beginning. If you want to feel your way through a little bit and use your 30-minute credit phone call later on through your process, you are stumped. That's awesome. Most of you guys should have joined us in the Motivating Your Money Facebook community. Well, we'll be doing the question and answer sessions absolutely free, clearly, is live on Friday. So that's another way that you can get support while you're going through the process. All right, let's see. So I know what you're thinking. I know where I can get it cheaper. Or you might be thinking, what makes this different than the last person you talked to about credit repair? You might also be thinking, I can do this for free on my own. Or you might be thinking, I don't have the time and I don't have the money. So this is how I address that. 1, you could do it on your own. 2, you might be able to find it cheaper. 3, if you don't have the time, then you can't complain to yourself or feel like you need to be in a better position if you don't take advantage. $27, even if it was unexpected, is a very good deal in order to change your whole financial lifestyle. Okay? So we have to be action takers. We have to not look at the cost, but look at the investment. How much better would your life and your children's life be for that small amount? And that's not the normal price by far. We have to take advantage of opportunities. What makes me different from the next person is because I've been there. I'm more than just somebody that's trying to sell you something. I'm going to walk you through the process. Once you fix your credit, we're going to go through the savings and the budgeting on a monthly basis so that you can have more money to do things that you want. We're also going to talk about additional streams of income as well. And then also I provide you with the support. So yes, you can do it on your own. That means you just have to read it and then you can spend 18 months like I did. I don't recommend it to get it done as opposed to having a step-by-step blueprint and then having somebody that you can reach out to ask questions to help you along the way and just having moral support, because it's hard to completely learn new way of thinking about your whole money situation. Your whole life has been crafted around different things that you've experienced, and that's how we spend our money, save our money, think about money, react to different things. So it's not easy changing on your own, but it definitely can be done. I'm telling you, I did it. And I don't have the time, then you might want to choose the done for you option. All right, so these are your tools for success. You have to be willing to do something different. You have to be willing to put down your pride and accept help, even though you've been successful in other areas. You have to be willing to say, I don't know. I can be more efficient and more effective in the way I manage my money, and I'd like for you to show me. Support, like I said, join the Facebook community with a whole bunch of other people that's on a financial journey as well, so you don't have to feel like you're alone. It can be really lonely trying to discipline yourself, and then when you fail, which you will, we all do, going through the process, you don't beat yourself up. You tell people about it. They cheer you on because you see other people failing as well, but still pushing forward. And then they also, another tool for success, mandatory, is a blueprint. Well, it's not mandatory. It's mandatory if you want to get some major things done this year, is to have a blueprint, step-by-step process, done for you, approved and corrected, updated and adjusted. Absolutely. And that's what these two offers offer you. Questions in, well, what kind of time? How about you guys put the questions in the comment section, and I will email you or address them this coming Friday in our question and answer session in our Facebook community. How about that? Yeah, we have 2 minutes. We're supposed to go an hour and a half. We have 2 minutes. I really do appreciate you guys. I see different, some people are choosing the DIY and some people are choosing the credit repair. Let me get back to it. These are the two here, guys. Screenshot it perhaps. I will give you until 4 o'clock today to purchase these two at these prices, and then they're going to go up to the 188. No, I'll give you till 4 o'clock today to purchase this and get the free 30-minute phone credit consultation. I'll give you the entire weekend for these prices. Monday, it's going to $47 for the DIY. There's just too much information there for you guys. And it's going to be here. Let's click on it. Oh, this isn't even the, this is what I want. This is what the website's going to look like when you click in. But what I wanted to take us to was, what you get so you can see. Oh, we're out of time. All right, guys. Well, this is all what you'll get. There it is. This is your bundle. You get all of this: the checklist, the ebook, dictionary, the letters. Read me first. This is your blueprint, your 10 commandments, debt negotiation. All right, guys, your responses. All right. Well, that is it. That is all. Go ahead and send me your questions so we can address them this weekend. And you guys have a wonderful day. Here is the, make sure you take a screenshot of this so that you can purchase. I will be sending this out via email, so no worries. Thank you. My name is Stacey Daniel. I am a personal finance coach and insurance advisor, and I help ambitious women like yourself who are also self-motivated but have not been taught about money growing up to face your money fears and also build a solid financial foundation so that you can learn to better control how your money is spent, the money that you make. All right, guys, I provide digital tips and tools and rules and resources and routines to help you better learn yourself and learn how to make more money. Because the better we manage our emotions, the better we can manage our money. The better we master our emotions, the better we can manage our money. All right, guys, go ahead and inbox me. Reply back to me when I send you out this email. For those that weren't a part of it, I would like to provide you with the replay regardless. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next week on Facebook Live. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Thank you. I will be snapshotting all of these comments for you guys as well. Thank you. Thank you. Kudos. Kudos. Alrighty. Bye now.